Hello, guys. Welcome to the fall series. It has been about a month, if I'm not mistaken, since my last stream. I was cautiously up, cautiously looking at everything that had been going on with the Altered reunion and everything regarding that. My worst fears became true. Unfortunately, it has been confirmed that the the uniques became welfare uniques. There have been some development regarding that, but I'll get into that in just a second. I just wanted to let you know that on Wednesdays I am going to be not this Wednesday. I don't think there may be. Yeah, okay. So this Wednesday, no, I don't think there'll be many matches this Wednesday. So as of next Wednesday, I will be streaming a weekly recap of what has been happening. I'll probably do the recap just to have a few numbers in, but I want to do the full recount once the point recount once all matches have happened. So I'll probably just do it on Wednesday because it's 3 days. So yeah, from Wednesday it might not be done. About the matches that have been happening, I also want to, before going into the tournament structure, I want to see how things are moving on Altered itself on BGA, because that's the only way to play it officially right now. You can still play it, of course, with your friends. You can still use your collections. Actually, something that is beneficial personally to me is that many of the cards that I actually sold during my time in Altered, or at least the time that Altered was active, I can keep them. So let me first go ahead and start with looking at how is Altered doing right now. So these are the tournaments that are suggested and or happening. So we have this one, Casual Alterations. I mean, it's a 60-minute match per table. I think they gave too much time for per match. Not sure how they're gonna do it. I have not watched the video. I have it selected, but I have not watched the video itself. The sandbox has been enabled. So let me see. Is this a sandbox as well? It is a sandbox as well. This one is also sandbox. I'm gonna be talking about what is the sandbox. This is my own tournament. I will talk about this in a bit. No character sandbox. So this is also in the sandbox. So in theory, the sandbox will allow for strange things to happen. Okay, so sorry guys, I didn't realize at the beginning that I was connected to the wrong network, so many of you might have had some issues trying to understand me, and I'm sorry about that. Oh look, Sigismund does use the OC remix. Sigismund, I don't know if it's the same Sigismund, but just I don't know if it's he or she. Let's call him. It's a player from Altered. Not sure if it's the same player. So I was saying. So it seems that yeah, there is some activity regarding tournaments. It looks like the sandbox might be the best thing that might have happened to the game. We are down at 337 games, up from the usual 400, so that's something also to consider. There are lots of Altered tournaments right now. The only ones featured right now on the information page for Altered, so let's go back here, are just the real-time tournaments. They're not promoting right now the turn-based. I have a turn-based. I may look into the sandbox for next edition, but not quite sure. Okay, so let me just see what you can do with the sandbox. So the sandbox, No faction or rarity restrictions. Okay, so the sandbox is literally do whatever you want. Okay, so I'm guessing the sandbox, you decide what goes in. That might be interesting to see something moving along for next time, but as of now, this is the reality of Altered. There are lots of tournaments, but I don't see many players participating. Actually, mine is one of the biggest tournaments there is. And I would like to first go over the news. So, the formats contest, the winners, the collection that is coming. Let's see if there's something interesting that has happened recently. The available formats. And there we go. Okay. Oh, and this one. Okay. So first, let's go ahead and meet the first submissions of both. These are the submissions of people that still want to support the game, of course, through Altered Reunion, because alteredtcg, the previous Equinox adventure has come to an end. There will be a exclusion. Do you have cards? They will include unique, so that is the main issue for me, including uniques, being that there are 30,000 uniques to be selected is simply too much. Oh no, they are choosing from the pool of 5 million uniques. They're choosing 30,000. It's interesting, but I don't think that is the main issue with opening uniques. There are too many uniques to just try to balance things out. The Simply Living Legend, this is something that I found most interesting. It has Rinku, it has Chili, Kohlrabi, the Killing and Benno, where uniques will be banned. This is based on the Flesh and Blood. Auto-balancing meta and algorithmic data-driven sounds interesting, but once again, the problem with all this so the pool size, 5 uniques per faction, all uniques except said one. This sounds a little bit more interesting. 60 clusters, millions of variants, 129 uniques per faction, 1 per character. So you see, people are trying to adapt. The best thing that they could have done is forget about the uniques, make the new official format, and have all of these things happen on Saturdays. That was what I would have done. I understand that this is a community effort, and as such, I respect the community's decision to open the uniques, but that is why I cannot continue really alteredtcg as an external link. That's why I'm afraid that I cannot keep supporting the Altered Reunion. Then we had the ones that actually progressed, the ones that were almost official, not official, but the ones that seem to be the ones that are going to win. So the Frontier and the Simple. Let's go back to it. No, I don't really close it. Okay. The Frontier, it's not the auto balancing, it's not the multifunction point system. So the Frontier, both elected formulas, so the standard was from the beginning. A deck must contain 39. 3 exalted, everything like that. Oh, this is the one with a set of uniques in the Simple Living Legend. So this will be, in theory, be bouncing between both. Like I said, I really don't like it. They will be implemented as the 2 new formats. Still no news on which one will be the standard one. I would have current competitive and arena format is a new unique, and I would have just kept it at that. Have some options of play, but that was in theory what Sandbox was for. The idea is for the formats to be rotating, so I think they're trying to do too many things. The collection ownership is coming. However, There are no this let me give you the gist of it. The file that you just downloaded from alteredtcg, that you are going to be able to watch that, to take that and forgot to open. Sorry guys, forgot to open. Still no time. You're going to be able to export your, once you have exported your ownership zip file, you can now import it to Altered Reunion, so you will be able to see how many cards you have and such. But there are no formats right now that take into account the unique that you have. I'm gonna be touching that in just a second. There's the formats right now available. So the standard no unique format, the nuke, basically how many people call it, standard all uniques format, singleton no unique. So this is what they should have kept. Since they gave singleton and standard no unique, that is what they should have kept. The sandbox is one of the things that I found most interesting. This is intended for experimentation, and there are no decks used here, have no restriction or limits. It's the space assigned to, okay, so the sandbox is a place where you can put your own rules, but you don't know what the other player, so you can agree with a player and what you want to be included, but the main issue is still present, that BGA will not help you out in a sense of speaking, because there you cannot enforce it. So you said, okay, let's play with a 4-card deck, and he brings a 100-card deck. What are you gonna do? If that was a rule of the tournament, he doesn't want to give up. What are you gonna do? That has always been the issue with BGA, that BGA does not help in that sense. So this is something that will still apparently still be happening with Sandbox, with the formats, and that is one of the reasons why. So the starter deck contest, this is what happened. I had my deck submitted for Subash. It didn't get any attraction. The ones that won, actually, Sierra was one of the most popular, followed by Trace, then Della. I think the Della deck has some issues, but okay. So what I want to do, something similar to this. Not exactly like this, but something similar to this. Actually, there were no Bravos. Who was excluded? Vazira Tzadi Soul. Oh yeah, because Soul, because they didn't get new heroes. Yeah, that's right. They were just using the previous one. So that's it. Mats and Hive was actually more well, yeah, Waru and Sen were at least popular in order. So this is something that I kind of want to do. This is what I base my tournament on. Each win, you enter representing your favorite hero. You feel that the deck is not up to par and you want to change, that's fine. Each win that you get, mute it. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so every match that you win with your selected hero, let's not call it your favorite, let's just say your selected hero, will give that hero a point. At the end of the tournament, some heroes will have more points than others. That's fine. The idea is to try to make your favorite hero, or the hero you like to play the most, on starter decks. I don't want to do it in a nuke. I just want to do something that is as balanced as possible. So based on what people voted, based on the starter decks, that we now have a starter deck for each hero, you will be entering the tournament and giving a point per win but with your hero selected. Just to have a recap of who is the strongest starter deck, and that's what we will be doing until they change. Not in the near future, in the foreseeable future. Sorry. Why? Because, like I said, I don't agree with opening up the uniques. So I don't want to support reunion. I'm gonna be opposition. I respect the results. I am disappointed about the results. I accept the results, but I am going to be opposition. As such, I don't wanna give more publicity to reunion than needed. So I'm going to just be doing the starters because you can play with the starters even as a new account, and that is what that was my point with the uniques, that they should have not been open. And as such, you can come in. I'm gonna be using the limitations that BGA gives us. So BGA doesn't lock decks. You can change decks. You can change even each after each match. Point is, the hero that you win with will gain a point. There will be also a popularity contest, sort of. So we will have the strong and the popular, just to see if they match. So every match that you play, win or lose, will also give a point to that hero. Just in case you want to help with the popularity of a hero that you feel is underrated, you can try to win both. I will be, of course, highlighting the winners of the tournament, both players. That means that they have beaten their opponents, and who is the hero winner of the tournament. I'll have something similar to what you saw, like something like this: the points for each hero on each of the factions. So that is basically it regarding the tournament. Now let's go ahead and, well, that's basically it. That's what I wanted to share with you this week. This has been about 18 minutes, so there's not much for me, nothing else for me to show you, except good luck with the tournament. Those who want to participate, I hope that you make your hero, you highlight your hero, and that's it basically. So this will be will be roughly a weekly podcast of both my opinions, things that happened during the week, and a recap of some of the matches that have happened right here on the fall series. I just want to see if I can change the name. No. Okay, so for this one, it'll be the foil starter series. As of next time, it will be the hero championship, but I wanted to have, I didn't quite fully have a fully formed idea of what I was going to do. So that is basically why this is happening the way that it is happening. I may be posting a few things during the week. Perhaps I will just, if the news comes up, I will just post it in the community tab and then review what the community have said during the week. That could be something that happens as well. But as of right now, I just want to thank everyone, every single one of you that has supported the whole series, be it in the tournament, be it as a viewer. I will continue to do the full series, so it will be roughly a monthly event every 15th. Not on the 1st, because it didn't start on the 1st. And I just want to try to keep it in a pseudo-monthly rotation. Basically because it's turn-based. So it will be turn-based. About a week, you can change heroes, but in order to keep things as not as balanced, but let's call it as optimally equal as you can, I'm just going to be using starters, because now that every hero has the option to use a starter deck, you can try to win with your favorite hero. show us some decks that you want to do, and if you want a more traditional experience, you have the full you have here the full altered community doing things that might attract you if you are more of a traditional player. Like I said, I'm going to do things my way. I'm going to be being opposition to the Alter Reunion, not to them specifically, to the fact that the community there seems to have voted for the uniques to be welfare. And I think if you're going to make this game open, if you're going to just have everyone have all the cards, then there is really no point in playing with uniques. Because if two players are going to be playing the same unique, it beats the purpose of the game. At least that's what I feel. You may feel different. That's why there are lots of tournaments you can participate where uniques are open, where the new formats will be able to be used. Personally, I don't like the fact that uniques have been open. I just feel it is detrimental for the game. And we're going to survive just in digital for a time. The local communities, I don't think they're going to be growing anytime soon, because the game, unfortunately, you know that it has been discontinued physically, at least for the time being. We don't know what will happen. I have some theories that a French company has already purchased all of the stock remaining from Equinox, because they are just about to close operations and they have still not liquidated their stock. And there is a certain retail store that suddenly has stock incoming of the first set. So I think for those who purchase the Legacy box, you know who I'm talking about. They have at an exorbitantly high price, but hey, they are free to charge whatever they want. They feel like charging for the product that they have. And yeah, so that'll be all for today. Thank you to whoever else is watching, because I see that the counter moved up to 2. I hope that I'll try to cut the beginning where it was not on the right network, and that generated lots of lost frames. I'm gonna see how well it actually played out at the beginning. But as of right now, that'll be basically it with me. I'm gonna try to do, like I said, a weekly recap of the tournament. It should be about an hour. I'm gonna be moving on to other projects, to my second channel that I have not touched in quite a while, because the whole altered situation really hit me hard. Because I love this game, I still do. I think it has a very interesting concept. Things were not handled correctly. I've talked about that several times during my previous streams, but I think they focused too much on a competitive scene right away rather than support the local stores. They abandoned the local stores, and I think that is the main issue. They tried something with them for season 2, for year 2, but I feel it was too little too late. The people had already left the stores, so the stores were left hanging, and that's basically what happened. They should really should have implemented what they implemented for year 2, should have been implemented for year 1. And don't be so, and like I said, it doesn't make sense that they launched set 7 when the success of that was the make it or break it of the company, and still they launched it. So there are many things that happened internally, so it was more of a company thing. Now that Equinox is out, I can kind of critique them a little bit more, reveal a little bit more of the inside information, if of the supposed inside information that I have. It's not a first hand, it's second hand. So I don't have any direct contact. That I have the rumors that are circulating around. And well, yeah, so that's basically it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this transmission whenever you are listening to it. I hope that you are ready for Wednesdays. I'm gonna try to post the time on Monday so that you know on Wednesdays when it will be. And yep, that's basically it, guys. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in the tournament. I didn't actually post the tournament on the chat, so let me just go ahead and do that and pin the message. There we go. So that'll be it all for me, guys. Thank you very much, and